Okay, that's better. But I lost all my people. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, but I don't know what's wrong with this thing. Sometimes that's why I started early because it was giving me a problem earlier when I was starting. But I think it cleared up now. So anyway, uh, like I said, you never know because they have a lot of protests out there all the time, and a peaceful protest can turn into a massive riot at any moment, and you just don't want to get caught up in none of that. Because like I said, there's no questions asked on most of this stuff, you know. And another thing, when people start to leave the city, when the city starts to go into chaos and stuff like that, hey, Laura, how you doing? And I say, Ginger Ninja back. Yeah, use code words. Yeah. They Google hitting hard. It's probably not you. Yeah, they've been on me ever since I said some things not too long ago about FEMA and the virus and stuff like that. But I learned my lesson. I don't talk about them anymore. Hey, I'm glad to see you guys have made it back. So anyway, like I was saying, when stuff do happen, like I said, I'm in a city. We got actually 390,000 people. We still waiting for the next census to come out, but they projected that we picked up more. That we one of the top 3 cities to pick up people, which is it's kind of strange to me, but it's not bad like it used to be here. I mean, we get our share of shootings this last month. It was just crazy. But anyway, a lot of these people here in the city, they got their bug out bags because they watching a lot of these guys on YouTube and stuff like that, and they telling them you got to get your bug out bag, you got to have your bag ready, and you got to be ready to go. Okay, now see at me, I was like that at one time. I say, oh yeah, stuff go bad, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to the Amish country, which is not that far from me, 35, 40 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour, 40 miles away, other side of Akron. But anyway, and then I started thinking, if everybody leaves the city's gonna be vacant. I'd be good then. Everybody gone. I'm here by myself. I'm all right. And then another thing I started thinking about, if everybody's gonna go to the country, I mean, you leaving the city. I mean, you look around, you got a city like New York City, you got millions of people. Where is all these people going? I mean, unless the federal government come in with trucks and cattle cars and put them in there and take them somewhere. I don't. These people are coming in your houses. They come into the rural communities. They come into these little small towns. They come into like Petticoat Junction and stuff like that. And they come into Mayberry and stuff like that. And these people are coming out there for no reason other than they want to survive. And then you got good people that's coming, but you're gonna have some bad people that's in that group too. And that's when you're really gonna have problems because the more people you have, the more problems you're gonna have. And then what used to be a small city, a small town, is now a major city with major city problems. Your city can grow from 10,000 people to 100,000 people. Bam. Overnight, if something really happened like that, because you got millions of people. I mean, if everybody in California left California, where do you think all them people going to go? They're not going to make it way up to here to Cleveland because there'll be too many of them. Hey, Annie Lee Brown, how you doing? Let's see. Ginger Ninja said, I don't plan on bugging out, but I got bug out bags packed and stacked just in case I have to flee on a short notice. You're right. I understand because, see, a lot of people in California and in Arizona and places where they always had those big fires at, the fires that burns up a lot of acreage, you got to have a bug out bag ready to go because, see, that's something totally different that you can't stay. See, like I told everybody, if one thing to get me out of this house is a fire. I got some fire equipment and fire stuff, but in a shit hit the fan situation, people say, well, I get my water hose to spray water on that. You ain't gonna spray water on it because the water ain't gonna be working. You'll be lucky if you get drizzles out of your water because the water plants won't be working. You know, you see what I'm saying? So you, whatever kind of water you got or whatever fire equipment you got, that's what you got. Don't expect the fire department coming because first responders are going home to their families, and I don't blame them. He said, Adam said, I got lost in the YouTube zone. Yes, you did. You know, you got stuck in a time warp. You know, that we went through another dimension, you know, a dimension of sight and sound, as they say, you know. Yeah. You enter in the twilight zone. So, like I say, it's reasons to bug out. I'm not gonna say don't bug out. There's a lot of reasons to bug out. I'm just saying that the only reason I would have to bug out is the fire. And then I know exactly where I want to go. We got some big old mansions that gonna probably be empty. $6 million, $7 million, $8 million mansions that not that far from me. Hey, I never lived in a mansion before. Maybe I moved to a mansion. You know, upgrade a little bit. If I'm gonna have to stay, you know, like some people in California probably say, hey, maybe when everybody leave, I go to Beverly Hills and live in a mansion. What's that movie? The Zombieland, when the guys went to Bill Murray's mansion. I mean, they ended up killing Bill Murray, but they end up going to Bill Murray's mansion and hanging out. Yeah, and then they end up going to the White House, and this is part 2, and they end up living in the White House. Yeah, that's what I might do. You know, I'm Pave Explorer. If you have to bug out, I would head out to Old River Road, where the old road races were at. Old River Road, down in the flats. I don't know if I want to get caught down the flats. No, see, by me being on the other side of the river, I'm closer to the. I would say I'm closer to the greenhouse and the cultural gardens. So it would make more sense for me to go to my brother's boat and get on his boat because I'm that close to the lake. I get on his boat and just go. Maybe we go to Sandusky or one of the islands out there or something like that. Because you know they finna build a brand new island in the lake. This is for the Unpaved Explorer. They finna build a brand new island in our lake, which is gonna be accessible by a footbridge they're gonna put in, which I can't wait to see if I live that long. So anyway, I want to see that. So what I was saying, yeah. So if you got to bug out, like I say, fire. Don't sit around and say, hey, I'm not going. The fire's gonna go around me. Fire will kill you in a minute. Even just a gas leak is already ready. Always be ready to leave. Yes, we had 2 houses explode here in Cleveland in like the last 5 years. 2 just blew up. Gas leaks. Yep. Yeah. So John said, yes, I saw that. Waste of money. Yeah, they finna build that. I got today's paper and I was looking at the whole thing. Yep. So anyway, they're gonna do something here with that. But like I said, if you gotta go, you gotta go. Like I said, bug out bags are good. I got a get home bag. I don't have a bug out bag. I got a get home bag that I keep in my car because see, if I had to go to a doctor's appointment or I go to the store or something like that, if something happened and I can't get home because the roads are blocked or something like that, or the car breakdown or civil unrest, like I said, they block the streets or anything can happen because you never know. You really never know. If you knew, then you'll be a psychic. You could be on there on Madam Miss Cleo doing psychic readings, you know, be like a Long Island psychic or something like that. But we never know. You know, we wake up in the morning, we see what we at war or something like that. But we just go day by day. Like I say, never give up on the day because every day is a different day, you know. So every day is a new one. So every day we got to treat with special care because, you know, like me, when you get older, you know, our days are limited. You know, we don't know how many more days we got left. If I got another 30 years left, I'll be happy. I want to live to be 100. You know, I want to make it to 100. And then once I get to 100, maybe I might want to make it to 105 and get going from there, but you never know. So like I say, we got to do the 5 Ds. Deter, detect, deny, delay, and defend because we got to be accountable for ourselves when stuff goes bad. That's why we prep, and that's one thing we do is prep, and that's why I was telling everybody we prep for that reason. We take care of ourselves because we can't depend on the police, the fire department, or FEMA because they might not get there in time. And we learn from history, and I hate to say Katrina because everybody knows what happened in Katrina. And then I hate to say if you're in Ohio, Dayton, because everybody knows what happened to Dayton. And if you live along the Mississippi River, everybody know that flood they get every year along the Mississippi River, all the way up to Oklahoma. You know that when stuff happens, you can't depend on nobody but yourself. You got to get out and do what you need to do. Just like last year in Texas, you know what I mean? People were dying, because they were unprepared. And where was the help? That's what I always say. Where's the help? They're going to give money. Those that live, they're going to give them money. They're always going to throw you money out. But if you got insurance, you're going to get money anyway. But they're going to throw money out. But at that time, you need somebody to come there physically with a truckload of wood or provisions or something to take care of you, like the Red Cross would or something like that, or the hunger centers and stuff like that. But FEMA, they just show up in a little truck, Jeep, or whatever. Okay, yeah, here's a check. See you later. But that ain't gonna work. Oh, what was the 5Gs? Oh, the 5Ds. No, the 5Ds: deter, detect, deny, delay, and defend. That's for your home defense. When somebody try to get in your house, you got to detect them first. If you got cameras around your house, like I got, you can see them on camera. You can see them out there scoping. I got camera with. I got a guy running around my backyard once. I called the police. We got him. But anyway, yeah, you got to detect them. Then the second one, you got to deter them. You don't want them to come in. You tell them if you got one of them Ring doorbells, you need to get off my property and go away. If they don't do that, you got to delay them because that's when you're going to call the police unless you're going to shoot them when they come in your house. You tell them, look, I called 911. You better go away. And then you try to deny them entry, so you don't let them kick in that door. You don't go to that door. You stay on the other side of that door. And if they kick it in, that's when you defend. You know what I mean? That's when they come here, you just tell them just sit in the corner. You do what you can. Interesting how Texas had a blizzard this year. You know what? That's because they keep shooting these rockets up into space. They shot another rocket up this morning, about 6 o'clock this morning. Another SpaceX rocket. Yep. It went up there today. And I always tell people, I have my suspicions. Every time they shoot a rocket up to space, I would say to the moon, but the space now, that it punches a hole in that ozone layer. It's like a balloon. Every time something go up and punch a hole in that, we lose oxygen. And the pressure of losing that oxygen changes the weather pattern. I'm not a scientist, but I know something strange every time they send one of them up and the weather get crazy. Because the weather didn't used to be like this. I mean, I'm just surprised we haven't had another Dust Bowl. Not here. I mean, here in America we did, but they did have over in Europe. They had a Dust Bowl situation. And then they're talking about making DC a state. They do things that I don't understand why they do things. We got so many other problems out here. We got all these people out here that still ain't got enough food, still going hungry because a lot of people still ain't working. And you figure it's been over a year, and a lot of people just not going back to work. I mean, they got all these help signs in the windows and all these ads they run in the papers here because they need people, but nobody's showing up for work. You welcome, Nina. I see. Let's see. Gail Southern Living say I was mostly prepared to accept that the heating thing. I had food and water in Texas. Okay. Yeah, you gotta work on the heating because I recommend you get a generator and then get a nice size generator. It ain't gotta be a huge generator, but it's a nice size generator, some fuel for it, and then get you a couple of small portable generators. So you can charge the small portable generators off the big generator, You know what I'm saying? You charge a small generator, and you can carry that one around anywhere in the house that you need to. You know, while the big one is outside. Don't put the big generator in your house because you can get carbon monoxide poisoning. You can die. I don't want that to happen. You gotta be. Let's see. Hey, Bushcraft family, how you doing? Yeah, see, fires are not the issue in Tulsa, Arizona, Tucson, Arizona. No fires in Tucson. You had the bug out over the road, okay? Just catching up. Ginger Ninja say, squat at the mansion. Yes, I'm going to a mansion. Yep. I'm going there. I'm going somewhere where they have a cement pond. I'm gonna be like the Beverly Hillbillies. People gonna come in there, they're gonna see me. I'm gonna be like what's that Uncle Eddie on what's that with Christmas? And he showed up in his little mobile camper and he was out there with a little hat on. He was emptying the shitter in the in the tank. What is that? I see that every year. Christmas vacation, yeah. I'll be like Uncle Eddie squatting at the rich people house in they cement pond, emptying my mobile home shitter. Yeah, that's gonna be me. Yeah. My wish is a Berkeley. Oh yeah, that's a good water purifier. Berkeley's are always good. Okay. Yeah, I'll say no money for a generator, but I wish. You know what? You can catch them on sale. But that's the best way to do it. I mean, when I bought mine, I saved $150 on it, and it's a great deal. But you need to get one just to be on the safe side. Yeah, or you can get the smaller ones first. I mean, they only anywhere from $100 to maybe $200 for the smaller ones. You know, charge them up, have them ready. I got two small generators. I paid $75 for one and 60 for the other. I got two small ones that I carry around in any room. And I did a video on one when the power went out. I was still watching cartoons with my grandson because it's a smaller one, but I got the bigger one. And like I say, you want to be safe. I mean, the army base I lived next to in Germany had a pond that was Hitler's swimming pool at one point. Wow, Hitler's swimming pool. I didn't know he swam. I really did. 2 days ago, we had dust blizzards. It looked like sandstorms, but everything has a thick layer of green pollen now. I have never even seen that. Oh, I've seen that. We had that here. I have seen that. But let me tell you what we got coming. It's probably by the end of May, cicadas. I don't know if you ever seen a cicada. It's been a while, 17 years. Every 17 years they come back. Cicadas. Now, my grandson, he never seen a cicada. I want to see how he'd react. If my dog, he never seen a cicada because, like I said, every 17 years they show up. So I want to see. Cause I kill them. I just play with them and kill them. Before I retired, I was fun with some ladies, telling them to come over, take a dip in my pool. Call first, I had to blow up. Had a blow up pool. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah. And Annalise Brown say, I summer camped in Germany at some Nazi's old house, castle, and the showers were obviously used as chambers. If you get my drill, I don't think I would take a shower in there. Matter of fact, I don't even think I would have stayed in there because there might have been ghosts hanging around in there. It's cicadas are locusts, right? Yeah, you can. No. They do attach themselves to trees and lay eggs, but they don't bite people and they don't spit tobacco and stuff like that. Cicadas, they ugly looking bugs. They big, they ugly looking bugs, and they got wings and they fly. And it's something that you don't see all the time because, like I said, every 17 years they come around. It depends on what part of the country you live on. Like I say, we get them up here, but they ugly. They They look like grasshoppers, yeah, but they're definitely not grasshoppers. The building I'm working at the RAF was house, the base for the Battle of Britain. Wow, there's a lot of history there. You know, before all of this happened, I wanted to go to Europe and take that Normandy tour. They had a Normandy tour of Europe that they were offering where you go, you do the invasion route. You hit all the little cities starting in France, and then you go to Germany and stuff like that. You didn't go to Paris. I didn't want to go to Paris. So they feed you stuff you don't know what you eat. So I wanted to do that, but I never did get a chance to go. Yeah, see, the shells stuck to the trees. It's stuff after they die. Yuck. Yeah. Yep. I don't know which is worse, them or those mayflies. Cicadas killers have lived their mouths in the ground. It's freaking weird. Yeah. Yep. I mean, can you imagine a bug that lives underground and comes out every 17 years? Makes you wonder. Makes you wonder. And this year has been crazy like that. It's been crazy like that. Annalie Brown says, I hate Paris. Nasty. Love Italy. Tuscany gorgeous. I've never been to Italy. Never been to Europe. Never been to Europe. Always wanted to go. Maybe I might get to go if I had to bug out. Maybe I bug out to Europe. I don't know. Let's see. The Unpaid Explorer say Menard had a sale a couple of weeks ago on a single and double burner emergency stove by Stan Sports. I picked one up, one of each, $20 for a single and burner for $36 for the double burner plus rebate. That's a good job. You always should have a backup cooking source. You know, like I say, I got my grill. I got a propane stove and a butane stove. How you doing? Yeah. Uncle says same about Paris Adam. Mosquitoes and flies. Oh, don't even mention mosquitoes because, like I said, I'm pretty close to the lake, and we get mosquitoes. We get mosquitoes, something terrible up here. Matter of fact, we always gotta make sure we don't get the West Nile, so they always spray because we get that West Nile up here. So they spray every year around the marshland. We got some marsh not that far from here. It's about 20 miles east of me. It's marshland. It's close to Menor. I have nothing to make food out in the woods. Look at my damn head. I have nothing to make food with out in the woods. There's always something in the woods. You never know what's in the woods. They got squirrels, they got snakes, they got bugs. So people eat worms. I don't know. We covered that before. People eat stuff. But yeah, how long can you survive if you had to leave everything and you just left with the clothes on your back and a knife? You can survive if you prepared, but if you prepared and you have stuff and you prep, you won't die. You'll live a lot longer than if you had to just leave with just a knife in a backpack with nothing in it. That's why everybody should start prepping now. I mean, you don't have to buy a whole lot of stuff at one time. I like I said in one of my other videos, I started buying stuff a little bit at a time. Like I said, I see some stuff. I say, wow, I could use that. Like that butane and propane stove. I bought that propane stove. It's a single burner. I got that for like $14. And then the Coleman, I got a Coleman. I got that for $29. It was on sale, both of them, and I got them. I got them at Walmart. I was in there. Same thing like when you prepping and buying canned goods and food and doing your canning at the house and you planting your seeds in your garden. Everything you do to help you survive in the long run because, like you say, you never know. Nothing is guaranteed. Like I say, people haven't even noticed how the prices on food is going up. Prices on food is ridiculous. I mean, it's just going up through the roof. And not only that, but also people are going hungry still. People are going hungry still. And that's a shame. And I mean, it ain't like that there's not any jobs out here now. There's some jobs that people won't go back to because I understand they're worried about their safety. But I'm not gonna not let my family eat because I'm worried too much about my safety, but I should be worried about their safety. So, but this is a whole other story. So, like I said, we do the impossible as people and preppers. We do the impossible. Let's see. You say, I got a camp stove with the works on butane. That's good. That's good. That's good. As long as you got something. So, see, like I said, because you never know how long you're gonna be out. See, how long would that snow and stuff in Texas? About a week. I mean, guys without power for a week in most places. Some places a little bit longer, maybe 10 days. But at least you got to start on it. You need, because like I say, every day that you have food, drink, food, water, and heat is an extra day you survive. Unpaid with well, we have big rats as big as cats in our sewer for food. I'm not eating rats. I just can't eat rats. I mean, I go get one of the raccoons or squirrels you got in that park over there by you. But I mean, I know how to fish. And I seen you know how to fish, John Coffey. So go do some fishing. Yeah, the food banks are running on empty. Yes, we are running on empty here. But they finna expand. They finna build another food bank. We got a big food bank that just built three years ago when we started running into financial difficulty here in Cleveland. And now they finna build another one because we started getting a lot more people in now. It's just crazy. I mean, I never thought I would see it in my lifetime that a country like America, you know, one of the richest countries in the world, that people would be going hungry, not knowing where they're going to have another meal from. It used to be, you had 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, some people either they don't eat breakfast, or they don't eat lunch, or they don't eat dinner. There's no more 3 meals a day. Priorities change nowadays, and there's some people, they do it to themselves. And somehow we've gotten food stamps the past year and a half. I don't think we qualify, so stock up, stock up, stock up. Hey, Adrian Taylor, yes, take that extra money and put it toward food or whatever you need. Prep. Don't go out and spend it on stuff you don't need. Yeah, because I know a lot of people, they getting this stimulus. They say we're going to get another stimulus within the next 90 days, and they say it might be $2,000, which I don't got to the point where my head's about to explode with all this stimulus talk. So, but they finna send us more money in the next 90 days. So take a list and write down things that you really need, and then take one thing off that list that you really need to survive in the long run, and go out and buy it. If it's a small portable heater or something like that, then maybe like a big buddy heater, you get one of them for about $80 now, and they last a long time. It's propane. Maybe you get something like that, because those are great. Big buddy heaters, and you can use those in the house, and they got what they call a tip over safety, so if it fall over, it cut off automatically, and it don't leak carbon monoxide. So I recommend if you need a heater, get that big buddy heater. They can really throw some heat out too. So anyway, yeah. So I mean, just add that onto your list. Like I say, when the government do decide to send out this money that they're talking about sending us more money again, you can do that, because, like I say, nobody's gonna pass judgment on what you do with that money, because it's your money. Me, I would love to be able to get another rifle, but my wife, she ain't gonna let me. So I guess I won't. But anyway, because like I said, I like to prepare my house as a oasis here. You know what I mean? I look around and I start thinking maybe I could tighten this up or tighten that up. Because I always worry about if somebody come and try to get in my house, they're not gonna come through the doors. I got security doors. I got a steel security screen door, with the bars on it. And then the door is a steel door I had them put in. And same thing with the back door, because I did have my house broken into once while I was at work. They tried to break in through the downstairs door in the kitchen, back porch, but it's a steel door. They couldn't get in through that one. They couldn't get in through the front door. It's a steel door. They broke in through the upstairs. They found an old ladder, went upstairs. I got upstairs balcony. They crawled through that one, crawled on that porch and kicked that door in. That was an old wooden door. I should have had it replaced, but I didn't. But it's a steel door up there now. And I didn't have a dog then either. Yeah, but that's been back, way back. Well, but like I said, ever since then I learned the lesson. I didn't have security cameras, none of that stuff. I didn't think it could happen to me. Ain't that what we people say all the time? I didn't think that could happen to me, but it did. Yeah, say, yep, I still have a scar from burning my wrist when I was 7 on a kerosene heater. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, see, I got a solar generator too, solar panel, a small solar generator too. Sheba. Yeah, those are good. Those are good. Because I don't want to be in the dark, especially up here in the big city. I don't want to be in the dark because I don't see as well as I used to. That's why I tell people, I don't see as well as I used to because when it gets dark, I like to have light. That's why I always keep flashlights around. Everywhere I go, I got a flashlight in every room within reaching distance. See? Always got flashlights around. Yep. And they always keep them where they working too. I don't just have a flashlight. There's no batteries in it. But you got to be safe. You got to be prepared. You got to keep your head on a swivel, especially if you live in the city. It's even coming to the point where if you don't live in the city, that you live in the suburbs or you live in the rural areas, you're going to have to start thinking like, if things go bad in the city, how is that going to affect me here in the country? Because it is going to affect you. Like I said once before, people going to start migrating out of the cities because you hear them saying all the time, I got my bug out bag, I'm ready to go. But nobody ever asks them, where are you going? Like my original plan back when I was thinking about bugging out, I was going to go to Amish country. Nobody asked them people in the Amish country how they going to feel about me showing up at their door out there saying, could I park my car in your yard or my SUV in your yard until this thing is over with or on your property? Or are you just going, or am I going to just go park by your stream or whatever you got over there? You know what I mean? See, because that's what they're going to do. They ain't going to knock on your door and say, excuse me, I just want to park my SUV or my bug out bag or put my tents here on your property. See, and that's what's going to happen because people ain't going to have nowhere to go because it's going to be too many of them. It's too many people. It's too many people. And the funny part about it, the government doesn't have a plan. They got a zombie plan. They do. Realistically, they do. They got a plan for zombies, but they don't have a plan for anything else to bug out. And that's what amazes me every year. And this as well as I do, especially the people that's in the Carolinas, South Carolina, North Carolina. Every year, you're going to get one of them storms that's going to come through. And your governor going to tell you that you got to leave your cities and you got to bug out. You got to go up that coastal road because they're going to do it. They do it every year. Every year I see them evacuate millions of people from the Carolinas. And it's going to happen again. It always happens. The same thing with Florida. When them hurricanes start coming up the coast, hitting Florida and going inside the Gulf to Texas, they make you evacuate. Or you can ride it out. Paul just says I can have an 800-watt solar and 2,400 kilowatts of battery here. Wow, that's a nice size bank. Wow. Okay. Brown. It's his. He wanted. I can take my 38. Don't freaking want it, so I need to find a way to get my own 9. Yes. 9s are nice. See, I'd rather have a 45. I'm a big guy, and I'm used to shooting a 45. I mean, like I said, I used to shoot my buddies 44 Magnum maybe now and then. When I used to go to gun range, I had a 38. He had a 44. This back where they only had revolvers. I mean, they had the 1911s, but I couldn't afford a 1911 back then. So I had a revolver like everybody else had revolvers. But now there's so many places out there that sells semi-automatics now that's what I got. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, you gotta know what you're doing when you got a gun too. You just don't want to go out there and just point it and not shoot it. If you're gonna pull a gun on somebody, like I said, if you're gonna pull a gun on somebody, don't have a long conversation. Just do what you gotta do. It's like a tool. It's a tool, and then leave it at that. Because you can tell them, I got a gun, fire a warning shot if you want to. But what if a gun jam? You done fired a warning shot, and then you dealing with a meth head or somebody on meth or something like that. I done seen these guys get tasered and keep going. So I'm just saying, you don't want to take no chances. And Lee Brown said, I practice with the 9. That what makes it shitty. Okay. That's good. That's funny. That's funny. 38 is all right. Yep, but like I said, get you something reliable. If you're gonna get a gun, get something reliable. Like I said, I got several, and I bet my life on them. That's all I gotta say. Like I said, since I live in a area that probably got a lot of bad people that's around here. See, I think all my neighbors are good. I really do. But then again, when I'm outside and I see some of these shady looking characters walking up and down the street, just coming off these other streets around me, I don't know why they seem to want to walk up and down my street. I mean, they just walk around the block. I mean, it's a free world. It's a free world. Walk any way you want to. But I'm just saying they look so shady. And my mind be playing tricks on me because a few years ago we had these guys that used to ride bikes. They used to ride the bikes, scoping out which house they were going to break in later. You know what I mean? Because people talk. Neighbors talk, and they tell you, so Mr. Johnson's house got broken into. These guys were riding on bikes 2 or 3 days ago. They rolled back again. This time they got off their bikes and they went and broke into Mr. Johnson's house while he wasn't at home and rolled off. So I'm just saying they do that. They do that. So you gotta watch. You gotta keep your head on a swivel. I mean, everybody that goes down the road and come past your house is not down just going past the road. Some of them are going past the road to see what they can steal later. You know what I mean? It happens all the time. Or they can see what they're gonna do to you. Let's see, several months ago I had watched a dude beat his girlfriend in front of my house. Scary as fuck. Yeah. Yeah, I did a video not too long ago about the police arresting my neighbor across the street. Well, they didn't arrest him. They took him, but he never got charged. He was back home. He was back home later that day. But I'm just saying they came and got him. I think it was somebody else in the house that they took away too. But I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think he was beating his girl. I think he might have been beating the guy. Or he came home early and it might have been a domestic situation like that. But I can only speculate because, like I said, they one of the people that's only been over here about a year and they don't talk to a lot of people. He's a musician. So who knows? Okay, well, look here. I think I'm going to have to get ready to wrap it up. I think I've been talking about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. So, wow, no cops came and I live in a little Paducah, Indiana city of 27,000. And you got no police came, not even the sheriff department. You got 27,000 people. That's a small town, That's like a Port Clinton, Ohio up here, or Cedar Point type area. I was watching a video and they had a 12 gauge semi-automatic shotgun with a 10-round magazine. Awesome piece. You know what? John Coffey? I almost bought one. I was at shot point blank because they changed their name. And they had one, and I was thinking, if I buy one with a 10-round magazine, and I loaded the magazine up, and I fired all 10 rounds, now what I'm gonna do? Unless I have another magazine, then I had to buy 2 or 3 more magazines. But if I got a regular shotgun and I slap my shotguns up in there, and you know how I got it hooked up, I'm not gonna run out of ammo. I may not be able to shoot as fast as the other one. But those are nice. Don't get me wrong, those are nice. But I'm thinking about if I run out of magazines, see, because it's got a 10-round magazine, and I think that's the only way you can load it with the magazine. I'm not sure, but I gotta look into it a little bit more. Annalie Brown says John Coffey liked the drink, only not spelled the same way. Yes, it is. Spelled the same way. With an E. No, I'm just kidding. No. You know what? You ever watch The Green Mile? The movie The Green Mile with Tom Hanks? The big guy in there that they electrocuted, his name was John Coffey. His name was John Coffey. From The Green Mile. Yeah, I love The Green Mile. I love that movie. I love Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is a big fan. Matter of fact, Tom Hanks, he what he lived about maybe 45. His family lives about 45 minutes from me. It's all city driving, right up there, the Cleveland Heights. Right up in Cleveland Heights. Not even 45 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. Yep, that poor monster got stumped. But they came back. He never died. Monster never died. Tom Hanks never died. They were old. They were over 100 years old. Taught that monster some tricks. Yep. So let me see what I was talking about. See, I started to drift again. See, that happens when you get older. See, like I said, see, one thing I can tell people that's watching and that's get kind of the mouse the guy that messed up the thing, Percy. Yeah, I remember Percy. He was the guy that messed up the execution. He put the rag on his head or something. You're never too old and you're never too sick to prep. I mean, that's what we do. That's what we do. We're never too old. So I mean, we might think we feeling bad now that we just gonna give up on things. Never give up. And you need another time say, I'm just too sick. I'm gonna just lie here. Get up out the bed or get up and move around and get up and do something. Even if you just sitting up there thinking, you got a pencil, a pen in your hand, you just making a list of some things you might need. But just don't give up. The more you do, the better you feel. I'm serious. Just don't give up. You're never too old. You're never too sick. And that's one thing we do because see, when you get older, and a lot of you people will find this out, you know, you're gonna have those aches and pains, and you ain't gonna know where they came from. You're gonna seem like you just woke up one day and all of a sudden everything's just started to fall apart. You don't know what happened. You say, shit, last year I was doing fine. This year I'm on a cane. That's how quickly it can happen. You could be just with aches and pains in your legs and knees, and the next day you got a cane or a walker or a wheelchair, or your shoulder is hurting. You got to get a replacement for your shoulder or something like that. You never know. It could be anything. You could be sitting there watching TV, and all of a sudden you say, "Dang, what's wrong? I can't even see that TV like I used to." See, that's come with old age, and that's why we prep, because we prepare, because we don't know what's going to happen day to day, and we don't know how much time we have on this planet, and we want to make sure that if we ain't here to take care of our families, that we can lead them stuff and teach them stuff so they can take care of the family. That's what we do. Like I teach my nephew all the time, and I'm teaching my grandson. He might not remember stuff I'm teaching him, but I'm teaching him, because that's one thing they didn't teach you in school is how to do things. They really didn't. And they should start teaching kids in school like how to do things. They should bring it up. a prepping class or something like that. Maybe I suggest that, because I remember when they used to teach the girls how to cook. They don't teach them how to cook. It was a home ec. And they had print shops for the kids, for the guys. They don't have that anymore. They had no print shops. They have no auto mechanic classes. They have no sewing classes. They had typing. They had all these stuff. And this was even in junior high school. You know what I mean? Because I had to take typing, which is paying off now. But I'm just saying, they don't do that nowadays in school. Nowadays, they go to classes, reading, the writing, the arithmetic, and gym. And that's it. No home ec, no print shop, no auto shop, no typing, no sewing, no home ec, none of that stuff. And that's why these kids nowadays can't fry a hamburger, can't boil water without burning it. I mean, it's just crazy. And they have no desire to do anything but try to be the boss. They don't want to take a job starting off at the bottom and work their way up like we had to. They want to start off at the top, which is funny. Let's see, they prep every day, whether by planning or doing, even just running through your head. That's right. Keep your mind sharp. See, if everything else start falling apart, what's that real smart guy? He just passed away. He was a rocket physics scientist and stuff like that. I can't think of his name. He was in the wheelchair, and he had to talk with that voice thing. Oh man, see, I hate to say stuff like that and not remember the guy's name, but he was really smart. He was like one of the smartest. He was smarter than Neil deGrasse Tyson, who's now one of the smartest people in the physics and rocket world. And I can't think of his name. They did a movie about him too. But anyway, he kept his mind sharp. You got to keep your mind sharp because you never know. Okay, CBD oils and creams are good for those aches and pains. Every tribe of preppers need old people. They knowledge can watch the babies. And now less to do, but one more. Stephen Hawkins. Thank you, Ginger Ninja. Stephen Hawkins. Genius. Just his body betrayed him. Genius. Yeah. Unpaved explore why fry a burger when you can microwave it or go to McDonald's. Anna Lee Brown says Stephen Hawkins. That's right. Hefty Lefty. Stephen Hawkins. Hey, Hefty Lefty. Yeah, Stephen Hawkins. I figured if everything collapsed and everything went back and we went back to I always say that we won't go back to the caveman or the Stone Age. We'll probably go back to more like the turn of the century when we use the steam engines because we got that much sense. We got a lot of people out here that can do steam engines because I can do a steam engine and small motors and stuff like that. But I'm just saying we would have stuff like that. We wouldn't have the big industrial stuff like that. We would be more like at the beginning of the industrial age, and we have like small stuff, and we have more crops and stuff than we have city people. And what I'm saying is that I'll probably be one of them guys that's sitting around in the old village telling stories. I've been the village storyteller. That's me. That would be my job, to sit around and entertain people because there won't be no internet. There won't be no TVs, And I wonder how many of these people out here that can't live without their telephones, without their Galaxies 21s and they LGB TVs or whatever. I mean, they will probably die. Really. I've seen people lose their phone and lose their mind. It's not a pretty sight. This is why. Yeah, it's funny. My friend had 20-year-old nephew put a can of soup in a saucepan and try. No, he didn't. Man, I knew that blew that microwave up. Oh man, Hefty Lefty said it's over for them. Yeah, it's funny because They go crazy. I was at this place. Let me tell you, I was at what was it at? It was a restaurant. It was I think it was a Popeye's chicken. And I was in there. This is going back maybe 3, 4 years ago. I was at a Popeye's chicken. And this lady accused this lady, other lady that worked there of taking her phone off the table. And she actually climbed over the counter and started fighting this lady in the middle of the restaurant, in the middle of Popeyes, in the middle of the restaurant. And they were just fighting. So of course I got out there and left because I didn't know what's gonna happen. Man, and that was like crazy. This lady that actually crawled over the counter and jumped on this lady behind the counter and started fighting because she said that lady took her cell phone. And I don't know what happened after that. All I know is I got the hell out. I just see the residual effects on the news later, I guess. It say every since a kid, every seen a kid in an electronic withdrawal is not a pretty sight. No, I never seen them in electronic withdrawal, but I have seen them in a video game withdrawal back when they back back when they wasn't allowed to play the Nintendo's 64s or whatever. You know, when their grades started to drop, and you take their PlayStations away from them, and you just watch them just look like they get zonked out. You know, they don't know what to do. You know, they're like, I gotta play Fortnite. I gotta play Fortnite. I mean, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. I can understand playing video games. I used to go to the arcade when I was younger. It's all right. It's good. But some of these people, it's their life. It's their life. They got to get on it. They got to play Madden. They got to play it 24/7, 7 days a week. They play it so much they don't want to get out and go get a job. And then what are they gonna do when the power go out for a month or a week or 2 weeks? What are they gonna do then? You see what I'm saying? Because they had no skills. Their whole life revolves around these small, compact machines. These phones. You know, they play games on them. They play Candy Crush and everything else. I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with it, but don't make it your whole life. That's for entertainment. You know what I mean? I see when I go to like the clinic and sitting around waiting for the doctors, you know, I play free cell because it's free. I play free cell. And then when they call me to go back and see my doctor, that's good. I don't worry about it. But I don't get hooked on it where I say, you can't wait me, doc. I can't come back right now. I'm playing free cell. You know, but some people, they just like that. I remember that one guy a few years ago, I guess they had a tournament in Florida where they had I guess it was a Madden football tournament. This one guy, he actually shot and killed another gamer and shot two people and killed one of them over a football game in a tournament down in Florida. I remember that. Let's see. Sorry, it was a gum and not a pill. Let's see. There are too many trigger people. PTSD trying to make everyone pay for the pain. Let's see, in DC, 2 girls carjacked a man that resulted in him dying. And the first thing she said, wait, my phone is in the car. Wow. Wait, my phone is in the car. When we leave the house, I make my kids put the books that they are reading in their backpack to take with them. Kids don't read no more. That's one thing. I see kids up and down the street going up to the corner down here to catch the bus. You know, the bus picks them up at the corner. And I don't see none of them with a backpack or a bag. I mean, the little ones, yes. But the ones that go to high school, the teenagers, they've got to catch that bus. No, they don't. The junior high school, I guess, they don't have books. I don't understand it. Maybe they got computers and something like that. Like a lot of them, they doing their homeschooling now, so maybe they doing their homework online, and then they go down there and do whatever. I have no idea how the school system works. Yep, that sounds like Florida. I'm in St. Petersburg. Oh, okay. Hey, EDC, everyday carry bag. It's connected from the society and humanity and part of the Muslim Brotherhood plan for America Look it up if you haven't heard. Wow. Yeah, they've been trying to destroy America for years. A lot of countries hate America. A lot of countries want to destroy America, and they doing a good job. Let me tell you something else. Don't be fooled by Russia. Russia is one of the main people behind the stuff that's going on in America. I don't know how many of you guys remember Ronald Reagan, but Ronald Reagan, he told Russia to tear that wall down, but he didn't tell Russia that for the last 3 years when he was in president in the administration before they tore that wall down, those 3 years that he had the CIA, the NSA, and all our people over there inciting discontent and civil unrest in their country. Because see, Russia wasn't always called Russia. It was Russia. Then it was the USSR, Union of Soviet Socialist Republic. The USSR was huge. It was like if Mexico and the United States and Canada became one big country, and we became the United States of America. You know, that's how Russia was. Russia sucked in all these other countries, Ukraine, Poland. They were all Russia. You know, they sucked them all in. And then when we had them tear down that wall and broke down their society, you know, Putin was there. He was one of them KGB guys that didn't want it to be broken down. But he did. He did break it down. That's why he's mad at us, because that's what they're trying to do to us, what we did to them. We broke Russia. We broke them, and now they want to get even with us for making a huge country that they used to have into a smaller country now. And I know a lot of you guys don't remember that, but look it up. The USSR was huge. And look at all the countries that used to be in there before they got broken up from civil unrest. And all these countries got their independence back. They were countries before, then they wasn't countries because Russia took them over. Then they became countries again after Russia fell apart. The USSR, yeah. And now Putin, he was one of the top KGB agents running a secret police force, want to get even. That's why they're doing what we did to them, to us. All right, like I said, I've been talking a little bit too long. Basically, I just wanted to make sure that everybody understood about being aware and the risk that we have out here. You know, because like I said, it's gonna be strange summer this year, and like I said, I don't usually do lives this long, but like I said, I'm home alone, nobody's around, and I'm just sitting back, chilling and relaxing. And like I said, it's gonna be a hot summer. Hopefully, we won't have a lot of more problems, but I don't know. They already started already, and it is not even May, and I can only see things escalate even more. Because every time somebody gets shot or every time somebody do something wrong, it's going to escalate, and all these forces coming out of the woodworks, you know, start screaming about burning up the cities. You know what? I haven't seen anything like this since I was a kid in the 60s when we had the Cuban Missile Crisis. I don't know how many of you remember that. The Cuban Missile Crisis, where we used to have the fire drills, they weren't the fire drills, the fallout shelter drills, where you had to go in the bottom of the school, in the basement down there, line up against the wall, or you go in your classroom, you couldn't go into the basement and hide up under the desk. Like, that's going to stop a nuclear weapon from blowing you up. You hiding up under the desk. We had fallout shelters everywhere in the city. You know, see, that's what we're going to need now, because it's not a missile that we're worried about. It's these fools out here that want to burn up everything. Fire. So I don't know. All right, then. Well, look here. I'm gonna let everybody go. I'm tired of holding you guys up. I'm sorry I kept you guys longer than I wanted to, but you got to remember that they cut my channel off for a minute for some reason. I don't know. So I'd like to thank everybody for showing up. And like I say, I'll see you guys later. Thank you.